Pulse 95. Between local lines, notes from the Emirate.
Notes from the Emirate indeed. We're talking schools. We're talking all things going back to school, ending e-learning. Well, we have been e-learning for a while now, but things are going back to normal as a number of students have opted to go for the in-person learning. A lot of schools have also opted for that. We've got a go-ahead from the Sharjah Private Education Authority to do so. 27th of September, D-Day for many students and for the parents as well. To talk to us a bit more about this, and to also listen to my traffic rant about the morning school runs. It is Mr. Ziad Shatat, who is the educational consultant at the Sharjah Private Education Authority. A very good morning to you, Ziad.
Very good morning.
Very good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ziad.
Good morning, Rania, Abdul Karim, and Ahmed, and very good morning to your listeners.
Good to have you back on air with us. Now, let's start talking about this big thing. Schools have started to reopen our in-person learning. What's been happening over the past few weeks to enable this to happen, and what's been the guidelines that you've spoken to the schools about?
Okay, first of all, please allow me to take this opportunity to congratulate all students and school staff on the new academic year and wish them a happy and safe year.
Sure.
This is an extraordinary year, and I'm sure it will be a great learning experience for everyone. And this new experiment will add to everyone's life skills, especially the students. Today is the first day of hybrid learning, after 4 weeks of distance learning in Sharjah private schools. I'm sure all students are excited and looking forward to seeing their friends and teachers. As you all know, due to the current situation and the consequences of the pandemic, the academic year in Sharjah got off to mostly a good start, with all private schools starting distance learning or online since the opening day on August 30, through September 24. This decision to continue with distance learning for the past 4 weeks was taken by the emergency crisis and disaster management team, in which SPIA is a leading member. And it was based on an assessment of the health status in the Emirate of Sharjah. And this has proven to be a wise decision, not only in terms of providing for the immediate safety of all staff and students, but it has also allowed adequate time for schools to implement all the precautionary measures prior to the physical return of students to school buildings. Now, all schools across the Emirate of Sharjah are offering two reopening scenarios. Distance learning, which is learning from home, and hybrid learning, which is a combination of learning at home and face-to-face at schools. Parents were given the opportunity, as you mentioned, to choose the mode of delivery that fits and suits them best. So today, the students who are at school are those who have selected the hybrid scenario.
And under what conditions or scenarios could schools here in Sharjah go back to 100% distance learning?
Now this is just let me tell you that we in Sharjah Private Education Authority spared no effort to ensure that all our schools are safe environment and safe learning environment for all our students.
Yeah.
Now, if the school has two COVID cases, two confirmed positive cases, the committee in charge may decide to transit this school into distance learning. Now, what we do at SPIA is we have a committee in charge that meets on a regular basis, follow and monitor the situation at the schools. The school reports on daily basis to us whether they have confirmed positive cases. And once we get these results, we make a decision on whether to keep this school on hybrid mode or to convert it into distance learning.
Okay.
And in terms of because we're going into this hybrid learning model, could you speak about the benefits of kids going back to a physical school environment as opposed to distance learning? What are the advantages, and why is this such a remarkable development?
Well, Abdul Karim, the new situation presents us with a new learning opportunity to deepen our understanding of the hybrid models in education and the utilization of technology to enhance technology and learning. This situation is like a blessing in disguise. This situation, we see it as an opportunity. There is an opportunity in every crisis. The learning we gain today will undoubtedly have a positive impact on students' 21st century skills. We believe the new model will also contribute to students' ability and self-directed learners and more into research and in inquiry.
Mm-hmm. I've got to ask you this, Mr. Ziad, as well. Now, this is what a lot of parents might be going through. It was a lot of non-parents also going through when they saw the busy roads in the morning and thinking, uh-oh, this is the busy time, the danger time is back.
Yeah.
Talk to us about for the parents to now shift and get used to this new routine, because a lot of them would be thinking, okay, I'll reduce the cost of using school transport and I'll drop my kids personally. And a lot of companies are also offering that, which is really good news in terms of supporting the parents. Getting used to the new routine, what are your tips and letting the parents know of what to do in terms of planning for the school days ahead?
Well, this is the new norm. The hybrid model is a new to KG to 12 education, is a new in all the world, not only in the UAE. I see it as an opportunity for a new learning experience for everyone, for the parents, for the teachers, and for the students. I have 4 kids, and I see it as a learning opportunity also for them. We should educate our kids to learn from this crisis and to live with this pandemic. We should encourage them. We should keep encouraging them to learn from it. I think at the personal level, the students when they experience the hybrid model and the use of devices and the utilization of technology on daily basis, the feedback will amaze and will impress all of us. We all know that our kids like the use of devices, the iPads and the phones. Now it's time to utilize these devices and to use them for education purposes. And let's go through this experience, and definitely we will evaluate it, and we will, when we evaluate it, we will definitely stand on or understand the advantages and disadvantages of it.
And aside from of course, the coronavirus concerns are pretty big and major as well. The fact that kids had to be in distance learning for so long, there must be a sense of anxiety and stress with both parents and kids themselves about going back to school after such a long time and being used to a different way of education. Can you talk to us about that challenge and how schools in Sharjah are planning to address it, to get people back into track, into getting into an actual school and being in a classroom again?
Well, that is the biggest challenge, and what is this the schools been doing since June is preparing their schools to welcome the students again, and to ensure the preparedness of all schools. SPIA has mobilized all its resources in collaboration with various governmental entities to launch school inspections and assess their safety measures and ensure the well-being of students, staff, parents, and even visitors. The compliance team visited and inspected all of Sharjah's private schools. All inspections have been completed. A second inspection was also took place to the schools that were either found partially compliant or non-compliant. The bottom line, Abdul Karim, is 100% compliance with all safety measures to control the spread of COVID-19. SPIA spared no effort to remind all schools of the importance of the safety of all students, staff, and everyone involved. And these school inspection visits will continue definitely on regular basis during this academic year. These inspections, as you know, we are guided by detailed guidelines issued by SPIA last month. These guidelines are very specific to the required safety and hygiene measures, physical distancing, productive equipment, masks, sanitizers, gloves, etc., COVID-19 testing of students and the staff, use of school facilities such as the libraries, canteens, corridors, etc. We made it very clear to all the schools that health and safety are the ultimate goal and will always come first. So we assure all parents that their kids will be in safe hands, because the schools have done a great job during the past 3 months to provide healthy and safe environment for all the students.
Yep, of course. And it certainly is something to look forward to. And hopefully a lot of parents would have listened to this conversation and felt a little bit more reassured. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Mr. Ziad Shatat. And we look forward to welcoming you back again on the Morning Majlis at some point soon.
Thank you. Well, have a lovely day. Thank you for having me.
You too. And all the very best with getting and managing the schools to get back into this new routine. We'll be right back on the Morning Majlis. We'll just take a bit of a breather and we'll continue the discussions after some musical entertainments here on Pulse 95.
Pulse 95. You're listening to Pulse 95. Pulse 95.
It's Pulse 95.